Hello and welcome to the channel update for Paladin Without a Crusade for the month of February. I am KingIsaacLinksr and I'm going to be talking about the channel today. In the background is Bionic Dudes from Arkan Games playing, and I play terribly. Yeah, you're gonna have to just enjoy that. I have a few things I want to talk about in this update, namely the status of the channel, and a few announcements I have to make, and final thoughts on the Shattered Haven series, as well as other things to be discussed. So let's just get right into it. So about the channel itself, it's holding up despite everything that's gone on this past month. I know my content has been more or less inconsistent despite what I was hoping for, and that's mostly my fault more than anything else. Subscriptions are going up at a fairly regular yet slow rate, which is kind of what I expected. Views have been going up, actually more than I expected them to. And engagement is about what I expected for a channel this size. You know, a few likes, a few favorites, a few comments, etc. and so forth. So it's not bad. I think it's mostly due to me that the reason the channel isn't really growing at any sort of substantial rate. And of course I'll be talking about that later on. Another piece of news is that one of my Shattered Haven videos got slammed with yet another copyright strike, and yesterday they dropped the claim to it. Of course, taking the full 30 days to respond to my counterclaim. So that's a thing. Let's get on with the announcement section of this video. So a little while ago, I sent an email to KingIsaacLinksr asking for his opinion on the Portal 2 series and whether he felt like there's any potential left in it. And after some talk and discussion about it, we both agreed that it was time to let the series end at this point. That's always been my rule for the series, is that it will go until we feel like there's nothing left to get out of it, nothing more to gain. And I was starting to feel like it had, but I wanted to ask him and see what he felt, and it seemed pretty much like there wasn't much more to go on it. The main reason being is that we were running into a lot of puzzles where they were just so hard or so ridiculous or so mind-numbing that there wasn't really much for us to work on. I mean, yeah, we could drop each other into the drink every now and again, but that's only funny for so many times, and maybe we had already worn the joke out. It's always hard to tell. But between that and my feeling that we had done the most that we could, we both decided it was time to let it go. It's not going to be the last thing I do with Gareth, but I have no idea what the future is for us in collaboration videos. It could be months before we work on something, or it could be next week. We kind of have to find a game and feel like, yeah, we could do something with this. But for now, we're not doing anything. And there are other reasons for me anyway. The Portal 2 series as a whole has done worse than any other series I've done on the channel. Engagement and view numbers and whatnot, and none of my series are dependent on views or likes or whatever to stay on the channel. Otherwise the Portal 2 and the Breath of Death series would have died off before they had completed long ago. But it definitely helps me want to do these videos more. If I get nothing for all the work I do, for all the editing and all the behind the scenes stuff I do with these series, then I feel no compulsion to continue doing the series. And that was the main reason why I decided, well, I think it's time to bring it to an end, is we were just not getting any engagement for it. And if you guys don't like watching it, why should I keep making it? You know, it's a give and take relationship there. I'm not going to continue doing something if nobody likes it. It's kind of weird though, because the Portal 2 series is doing worse than the Shattered Haven series did, and I feel like the Shattered Haven series is the worst work I've ever done. It's kind of unfortunate, but I really feel like that series was the biggest disappointment for me doing this channel. So it's weird. YouTube is weird in this way, because also my FTL series is the most successful series on the entire channel. My videos are getting hundreds of views. I can't figure that out, other than it's the popularity of the game. That's all I can figure. So, with all that said, I am very hopeful to do something else with Gareth in the near future. Don't know what it'll be, as I mentioned, but it'll be something fun, I hope. The next announcement is that the typical Let's Play series I've been doing is done. Finished, over. I'm not doing any more of those. I think I mentioned that last update video. I'm mentioning it again here. I will not be doing any more Let's Plays. Blind Let's Plays, I guess, is the term for it. I don't feel it suits my style. I don't feel like I do anything interesting or unique enough for people to come watch it. It's like, if I marketed this channel, what would be the reason to come? Well, listen to me sort of commentate on this video game, but in a very poor way. That doesn't really sell views, now does it? And I think with that realization, that's why I'm stopping it. And I think it's time for me to experiment with a different kind of series, different kind of, maybe even do reviews. I don't know right now. I'm still kind of in the middle of transitioning stuff, and I don't know where I am going to go from here, but it should be unique. I'm going to try a few different videos from time to time, try and see what works and what doesn't work, and we'll find out. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video, but I am doing Twitch streaming now. And that's going to kind of replace the Let's Play format. I find it more fun to stream these games like this rather than record them and upload them later. Mostly because I get engagement from viewers right then and there, and I can kind of banter back and forth and kind of get more immediacy out of it. I don't think there will be any videos uploaded to YouTube from Twitch. I might do once in a while, but pretty unlikely. And that's about it for announcements. Sorry, not much there. Canceling yet another series on top of another series. It's just how my life is right now, I guess. Just not much I can do about it. But all that said, I am going to be doing more videos. So I'll get to the final thoughts on this update video. And that is just kind of talking about where I've been for the past month or so. I've been kind of in the middle of transition to Linux. And that's been kind of difficult because I've run into problems and unexpected issues that I didn't think I'd run into. So that's slowed everything down. I was trying to transition away from Vegas, which is what I currently use to edit my videos, to a different program, and I have come close to transitioning over to it, but until I work out the final kinks, I will still have to use Vegas, so there you go. So I'm still going to be in this period of transition for the probably next couple of months. But during that time, I am going to be doing videos because I've got everything set up again. I recently formatted my hard drive and just reinstalled Windows. So everything's set up again, and I'll be putting out more videos from time to time. I think I'm going to try a little bit of experimentation with first impression videos. I'm contemplating reviews, kind of porting my King's review format from my blog to a video format. I think it could be done. There's just some technical details that I'm not sure can be done without a ton of work. but I'm really contemplating doing that. There's really not much else to say at this point, other than there's just going to be experimentation. There's going to be different videos, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to be kind of off the Let's Play format, because as I've noticed with Cthulhu Saves the World, with Shattered Haven, and even with Breath of Death, is that I'll start out strong, I'll be really into the game, and then it kind of just tapers off towards the end, and it just becomes kind of a slog to do videos at that point, because the game isn't quite what I was hoping. And I think maybe it was just maybe a poor choice of games. Cthulhu has a very terrible end game. You just battle the same creatures over and over and over again, and there's nothing really for me to work off of. How can I commentate about doing the same attacks over and over again? I can't. Shattered Haven had its issues with its puzzles, I felt, and again, there wasn't much for me to work off of. I kind of want to do a game where I could let my voice acting kind of come out and be its own unique thing, but then the only games that really allow for that sort of thing are very story driven, and I'm not really too crazy on adding my own voice to someone else's hard work, like say a text-based RPG, and just doing that and basically spoiling the plot. That doesn't really sit well with me. So I'm not really sure what to do about the whole quote-unquote voice acting that I do, without just turning into yet another Let's Play that spoils the story for the game without actually having any sort of gameplay in it. That just doesn't sit well with me. So those are my thoughts on the channel, on where we're going to go. I hope you guys stick around, and hopefully I will have some content that I can feel really good about. That's really what I'm going to aim for now, is just stuff that I feel like, yes, this is actually worth watching, because I don't feel like the last several Shattered Haven episodes were really worth it. That's nothing against Arkin. That's against me for basically doing a poor job on them. That's really what it comes down to. So I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to do better, and I'm going to try harder, and I'm going to do stuff that is really interesting, that I feel like sharing will not be something that only a few people like. It will be what more people like. What that'll be? I don't know. Oh, and before I forget, yes, I know that the annotations on the last couple of videos are not there. I've been having issues with YouTube, but now that they updated, I'm going to take a look and see if I can actually re-add them. We'll find out. If not, I don't know what I'll do, because I cannot add annotations for whatever reason. I guess maybe I need to talk with YouTube support if such a thing exists. So, don't worry, I'm going to fix those as soon as I can. So, to finish this off, I thank you for watching. As always, it is, I've always said it in the past, if one person watches it, or reads it, depending on the format, that's worth it. And clearly you guys are still watching, even if you are a quiet bunch. And I hope to see you guys in the next videos. And until then, I've been KingIsaacLinksr. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.